Hello and welcome to a chip off the old block toys. Greg and Jeff here, and today it's part two of working on this guy here. This is set number 21061, Notre-Dame de Paris, and this one has what is it, 4,000? Let me double check. Yep, 4,383 pieces. No minifigures. Greg, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Good, man. Well, thanks for joining me. I appreciate that. And we've done bags 1 through 6 already. I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras so you can see what I am working on. And go ahead and get started here. So,
I got a joke for you.
all right, let's hear it.
Do you know any lances?
Any lances? No.
There's not any lances that I know. Do you know where they're at?
No.
They're at Lancelot.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Shrek when they're going up to the castle and it has I think it was Camelot, and it was a parking lot.
Yeah.
So
Get it, Lancelot?
yeah, you know, I used to play this game called Kingdoms of Camelot, and a friend of mine had his name is Lancelot. Well, it was a really warm day. I know Texas is always warmer than I am, but for me it was uncomfortable because I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
And hello, Mrs. Chip, how you doing? See, I love YouTube. It says 0 people are watching, but yet Mrs. Chip is here.
You're used to more of a dry heat.
It normally is. You're correct. Today, our humidity is normally about 10-15%, so it's pretty dang low. But today, our humidity is almost 40%, and so to me, it feels nasty. I mean, I know I'm complaining. I've been to where Mrs. Chip is at, which isn't too far from you, and the humidity is 80 and 90%. So
about 4 hours north of me.
Oh, is she north of you?
Waco is about 4 hours from me.
Okay. 94, she says. Well, dang. Okay, let's see. Oh, well, I've got a lot to do here on this step. Okay, so
My next big purchase is the Lamborghini.
and when does that one come out?
July 1st for insiders.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. You said July 1st?
For insiders.
Okay. Yeah, you were telling me you had a little bit of trouble with your account, your insider account.
For some reason, it forgot my password username.
You know, when they switched over, what they used to call it, VIP.
Yep.
Back when they had the VIP, it didn't like my email anymore, and so I had to sign up with a new account altogether. And I mean, I called customer service; they transferred my points from one account to the other. It wasn't a big deal, but then later on, it started working, and they sent me a nasty gram telling me you can't have more than one account, and I'm like, I had to create another account. Your system wouldn't accept my old one. So anyway, I had to have their tech team merge my accounts. That was a couple of years ago because the insider is not that. That's pretty. That's not so new anymore. So, storm on the way. Yes, there is a storm on the way here because it. I was out in the shop and I cracked open the 2 garage doors. It cooled it off about 10 degrees within a few minutes. It was 99.8. when I went in there. I have a thermometer in there. And it reminded me of the Bon Jovi song 99 in the Shade. Because it was 99 in the shade. But once I opened it up, it fell. So, but then I had to close it back up after about 30 minutes because a big windstorm came in and almost blew over my cabinets. And I've had enough of blowing over cabinets. So Greg, what's the new set coming out here?
There's the Lamborghini and there's the Bumblebee.
Yeah, that's the one, Bumblebee. I'm really looking forward to that one because I have the Optimus Prime, and I was a Transformer kid growing up. Watched it, the cartoon, religiously. Yeah, it's gotten dark outside too and windy, so yeah, I do believe we've got a pretty good storm headed my way here. And boy, do we get some fantastic storms out here. I know you guys do too in Texas.
It's like a slot machine here.
What's that?
It's weather's random here.
About as random can get.
We kind of blame the meteorologists on that.
Well, I almost didn't keep this family friendly because I know a meteorologist joke, but I'll text it to you though, Greg. I won't say it on here. And let's see, Mrs. Chip says, yes, we do. Rainstorms that have winds up to 100 miles an hour. Yeah, who the heck ordered that? Whoever ordered that needs to be fired. All right. Well, that was a very long step here. Very tedious. Let's move on. Well, I started clearing out the shop, the white shelves off the Great Wall of Lego. If you've ever seen my shop update ones and my collection tour,
you got Lego Mongolians.
I do. And all I'm saying is, I've got the Great Wall of Lego built in my shop, and I don't have a problem with immigration, so walls work. It's only a joke, but okay. Oh, hey, John, how's it going? It's good to see you, man. So, years ago, when I lived in Germany, it was 2008 to 2011, Mrs. Chip and I had the opportunity to go into France. We didn't go very far into France. And it was for a World War II kind of parade in a small town. And I don't think it wasn't a D-Day. It was on the day that they were liberated, was the deal. And, it wasn't that exciting. The president at the time didn't crap his pants. Wait. John, he says 89 degrees. Rancor Steve got booted off of YouTube. Did he really? Man, I'm going to have to reach out to him and see what happened. Or do you know, John, what happened to him? Like, why? I mean, I know it doesn't take much to get booted off of YouTube. It really doesn't. Because, I mean, some of my jokes, even though I think they're pretty mild, like the one I just made, can get you kicked off of YouTube. How's Rue doing, John? And Greg, I don't hear any dogs today. Are your dogs at your grandma's or?
It's right there.
Oh, okay. He just asleep, huh?
Uh, she's sleeping.
Okay. Talking about Boom Boom. Oh, really?
Mm.
Well, okay.
He loves that dog. Just loves being up our rear ends.
Well, dogs are special, man. I really enjoy the dog I have, Enzo. But I think he's downstairs eating right now, so I'm not going to call him up. Um, yeah, John, I like to call them cordless hole punchers. And I'm borrowing that from somebody. I didn't come up with that one.
Have you been to Santa Clara before?
California?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you look at a map, right next door to Sunnyvale, that's where I grew up. What about Santa Clara, though?
Hers pretty up there, right there.
Oh, it is. It is very pretty up there. And I threw a piece on the floor accidentally just as soon as we started. I'm going to steal. I see it over here in a different bag. I was going to look for it, but it's one of those smaller pieces that probably got extras, so I'm not worried about it. Well, I really hate to hear that about Rancor Steve being kicked off, John.
Why he get kicked off for?
He was talking about, and we can't talk about it because I don't want to kicked off. So in code, he was talking about the things that Indians used to call boom boom sticks.
Oh yeah.
So I worked too dang hard to get kicked off of here. So I am sorry to hear that, though. Is it a permanent or just a? Because sometimes, sometimes they just throw you off for a while. I know he's still on Rumble. Oh, and that's another thing too. There's YouTubers that have gotten warnings for talking about Rumble as well. I don't understand that. I mean, it's just another platform. I mean, there's Odyssey, there's Patreon. I don't see what the harm is in mentioning a competitor website.
They probably see it as a threat, probably.
Okay, so he just got a strike. Okay, well, yeah, okay.
They probably see it as a threat, probably.
Yeah, you're right. They probably do see it that way, but the way I look at it is if your product good enough, you shouldn't have to worry about others. I mean, if you've noticed, here's an example. If you've noticed, I don't trash talk other channels on here. And I've got channels I don't like, but I don't trash talk them because I don't need to. I figure it this way. If my content's good enough, people will just want to watch it because of the content and what I put out. So I don't need to trash talk others. And that's why also I'm not afraid to bring up channels that I do like Rancor Steve. I like his stuff. In fact, if you're not already watching his stuff, I encourage you to go over and subscribe to him on Rumble because I think he's got some good stuff. And in fact, if you want to put a link to some of this stuff. I don't care. I welcome it. Oh boy, what did I do wrong? Oh boy, yes, I did. Well, I'm going to give you guys a 360 view in here just in a second because we're almost done with this this bag. In fact, now we are done with this bag, and this was bag number 7. And here we go, looking straight on. So it's looking more and more like a cathedral to me.
Are you almost done with this section?
Yeah, actually, 2 more bags, and then we start the I don't know what you call it, the base of the next section over here. Well, John, the way I look at it is you put it on there, and if they want to remove it, they remove it. So if you want to, please do. If you don't, that's fine too. Okay, so what? That goes there. You know, I sincerely wonder if YouTube's algorithm caught him saying it, or if it was somebody who reported it.
We won't know.
Yeah, I don't think we will ever know, but and he says, "Oh, thanks for posting that." Nah, he was being as vague about it as possible. Not that's kind of silly, but okay, whatever. Actually, I surprised one of my videos didn't get me in trouble, but I don't want to talk about it because if I do and they find out, they'll probably do something about it. But I made a mistake once. That's all I'm going to say when it comes to that subject. But I have to say that YouTube strikes are really weird because I got a copyright strike once, and it was because I put the overture of, I think it was 1812 or whatever it is, the one with cannons in it. I put it as background music to one of my videos, my what do you call those? Not stop motion, time lapse. And what really killed me about that was that I used a non-copyright performance of it, and some college symphony or something reported it and said it was theirs, and I got a copyright strike, and there is no appeal for that. And I listened because they did give me a link to the song that they said was theirs, and if you listen to it, it's an overture, which the music's available everywhere. But the beginning of it sounded the same because it's sheet music that's available everywhere. But in the middle, where it's like kind of like the finale in the middle, where it gets really fast, this one had cannons that were being shot off. And the version I used, the ones that they used, it was just violins. So it wasn't even the same song, the same performance. But I got a strike, and there was nothing I could do about it because you can't appeal it.
How freaking petty is that?
Oh, I will tell you, John, privately, yeah. But just got to promise not to report me because I still think it's up. Actually, I Actually, I know it is. I never took it down. I don't even remember what video it is now. Dang. Anyway. I'm really liking this build. I think this build looks freaking awesome. I love these little windows, how they did it with these little trans black pieces. And oh yeah, I got my Lego order in the mail, and I put together the obviously because this is part of it, but I put together the 3 speed champions already, the new ones. And I know Greg, you've got them. What do you think of the 3 new ones, Greg?
I like the G-Wagon out of the 5 cars.
Okay, no, and I like it too. I think the Mercedes black SUV looks cool.
That's a G-Wagon.
Oh, that is the G-Wagon. Okay, all right. Well, yeah, and I love the building technique. It's got some really cool building techniques I've never thought of before. Hopefully, I retain that so that when I build my own stuff, I can borrow some of those techniques. Oh, well, John, I don't think you'd ever report me. But I do think that if somebody figured it out, they would. And I just mean anybody randomly, because there are those kind of people out there that just can't keep scrolling if they don't like something. Their whole world falls apart because something on the internet doesn't agree with them. And I will tell you, I actually don't really fault the person that does that, where their whole world stops because something on the internet is doesn't agree with them. I don't. I fault their parents. I'll tell you why. It's the parents' fault for telling them they're important, that their opinion doesn't matter that much. They should have started telling them that at an early age. Okay, so I need 10 of these, and I got 2 more to go.
I can't wait for payday.
Oh, is that a week from today?
It's Thursday.
Thursday, okay. What are you planning on getting on Thursday? Sounds like you're saving up or waiting for something.
Just gonna go look at new TVs.
Is the one you have, did it go out or something, or?
It's just dated.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got a really old TV too, and I offered it to Mrs. Chip, but she says she doesn't watch TV enough. And I'm actually kind of glad she didn't take me up on it. I haven't used it in months. In fact, I turned it on for the first time yesterday since Spencer moved here. And what I did was I played Super Mario Brothers on my old Nintendo. I don't normally have time to do that.
Is it Nintendo 64?
Yeah, it's the original. I only have one controller. I think it came with 2, but shoot, probably broke a long time ago and I threw it out, or I don't know, I lost it. I don't know.
If it broke because you raged so hard.
You know, I've never rage quit or anything.
Mm-hmm.
My son Spencer went through a few Xbox controllers when he was younger because of rage quitting. And then he expected me to replace it. I was like, I don't think so, bud. I ain't the one that threw it. I was a mean parent.
You had
I
to
still,
you had to go get the lawnmower and just go work for it.
that's right. Ruin antics. Zoom, zoom, zoom. That's funny. Actually, makes me wonder where the heck Enzo is. I guess he's had enough of me. He ran off. Probably went to go join the circus.
Probably poker night with the dogs.
Hey, Enzo. One second here. Okay, here he is. Come here. There he is. See his eyes? Or his little head? There you go.
Where's your buddy Gertie at?
Oh, she's at my sister's. Whew, boy, that breath. All right, hot dog, get out of here. That dog's got some kicking breath, man. It's probably because he went downstairs fishing through the cat box. I think it's so gross how he does that, man. I've done everything I know how to do to get him to quit doing that, and he still does it. Yeah, he is a cute dog. Thank you, Mrs. Chip. All right, we're on to bag number 9, so let me slide that over here. Oh, man, my hands are sticky from being sweaty. I'm sure y'all wanted to know that.
No, we did not.
Yeah, so Bumblebee comes out July 1st.
Yep.
I'm really looking forward to that one.
When's your Vegas outing?
I'm doing that a week from today.
Spencer and Jim's gonna come with you?
I think it's just going to be Spencer. My brother-in-law, Steve, I think I told you guys about him. He's the guy with one arm because of the accident. He wants to go. And the problem with bringing Jim is that I want to bring Enzo because if I don't bring Enzo, he's got to be in the 10 by 10
the truck bed.
The pen in the backyard, and he doesn't like it, and I don't like doing it to him. And anyway, if Jim goes, then Spencer wants to go, and if Jim goes, his wife Tammy wants to go, and that means that the whole back seat's gonna be taken up, and I gotta leave Enzo here. And the problem with that is that if I run into any sort of trouble and I have to end up spending the night, that means Enzo's going to be outside for overnight all by himself. And I can't leave out enough food because other critters will come get it. So, no, I want to take him with me. So I think it's just going to be Spencer and Steve, because if Steve goes, it's just going to be Steve and Spencer, and then there'll be a spot for Enzo in the back.
What else are you going to do in Vegas?
Well, Mrs. Chip's on here, so I can't really say. But I will share I don't know if I already shared this or not, but when I first told Mrs. Chip I was going to Vegas, she asked the same question, Greg. And I was joking with her, and I said, well, the oldest profession is legal in Vegas. And she goes, oh, really? And I said, yeah. And I've heard that what stays in Vegas goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. And she goes, well, she says, not if it's an STD. It goes with you. So
There's the haunted museum over there.
The who?
The haunted museum.
Oh, Haunted Museum. And whatever, Mr. Chip. That's what Mrs. Chip said. All right.
And there's the gold and silver pawn shop.
You know, I would love to go. That's where Pawn Stars happens, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I would love to go there.
And there's counting cars.
All right, so we got the roof on here now. And there's a note here. It says, the choir and chevet are nearly complete except for the vaulted high vaults. Roof and wooden framework are constructed prior to the vaults to offer protection from wear and tear. Okay, well, whatever. I wasn't paying attention. All right, so I got to do 8 of this next thing, so I'm just going to push that aside and get it done.
There's also counting cars over there.
Counting cars?
The where Rick Harrison's car guy is.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It's too bad the old man isn't around anymore. His dad.
Yeah.
I like the dynamic he brought to the show. Watch yourself, Jeff, says John. The show is fake. Oh, I'm sure it is. But it's the entertainment value. I always like when people go in there and they're like, well, I want $1 million for this paper clip. And he's like, the best I can do is 50 cents. And they get all mad. I always love those scenes.
There's the Heart Attack Grill over there.
Okay. Well, one place I'd like to go, and I don't remember the name of it, but Mrs. Chip and I went there. It's a mall that has, it's a Venetian theme. It actually has a canal throughout the whole entire mall, and you can actually get on a boat, and they'll take you from one end of the wall to the other on the boat. I was, and Mrs. Chip can attest to this, I was so tempted. They had this Star Wars drawing of the Mos Eisley Cantina, and it was drawn by an artist who actually worked for Lucasfilms, and it was a shaded pencil drawing, but the thing was freaking huge. It was like 2 foot by like 12 foot long. It was huge, and they said they would ship it to me if I paid full price, free, and well, full price was 10 grand. And at the time, this was a couple years ago, I had my old job and I was doing much better financially than I am now. I almost pulled the trigger and bought it. I almost did. And if saying pull the trigger triggered somebody, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Bad joke. But no, really, I almost bought it. I actually had the money at the time and it was burning a hole in my pocket. I'm kind of glad I didn't buy it because I don't have a wall anywhere in my house that's long enough to hold it. So I don't know what I would have done with it. And you're right, Mrs. Chip. That picture was just freaking awesome. It was like I said, go ahead.
That'd be your prized possession if you had it.
Oh, I'm sure it would have gone up in value. Because the guy who, I don't remember the guy's name. I don't think Miss Chip would remember it either. But the name of the guy who did it, I verified it at the time, and he really did work for Lucasfilms. It wasn't just a knockoff artist saying that he did. He actually did. He had some credits in some of the movies. So I was like impressed. And that was a great art gallery. They had a lot of stuff in there. And it was so funny because when the lady, the sales lady realized I had a little bit of money, she actually took us over to, there was another, so they had their art store, and then a few doors down, they had rented out 2 other stores, but the thing was all blacked out, and it wasn't an actual store. And she took us over there, and the artist was actually there. And I got to meet the artist, got to shake his hand, got to talk to him for a minute. It was really, I'll tell you what, it was an awesome experience. I wish I remember his name, dang it. I still have it. I don't delete any of my text messages, so I probably still have it in there.
You probably go to Sphere.
What's that?
The Sphere.
You talking about the name of the artist?
No, the place in
Oh,
Vegas.
I don't remember the name of the place even.
I'll send you a picture.
I'm drawing a blank, man. So I think Mrs. Chip and I think that trip was 4 years ago. It was a while ago because I was living in Utah still. I've been here for a little over 2 years now. I have to say though, time flies even when you're not having fun. So you all know that Enzo likes to howl. The other day he was in a really talkative mood and he was just talking my ear off about nothing. Everything I said, he was responding or not responding, but most things he was responding to. And I swear he understands more than what you think. And at one point I asked him, I said, I'll bet you swear at me sometimes. And I'll tell you what, he howled so strong and so loud when I said that. I swear he does swear at me. He does. And Mrs. Chip was on the phone when he did it, by the way.
I sent you a pic.
Okay, well let me look at it. I can see it on my computer. Let me go over to Facebook here. Let's see. Greg sent me a photo. Oh, wow. That is pretty awesome. Oh, I have seen this. I mean, I didn't go inside, but I did see the outside of it. Because my friend, I can't remember which friend it was. He told me about it before we went there, and while we were there, we drove past it, and I think I'm trying to remember because it can change what's on it. It's like a big globe, and they can project different images on it. And I'm trying to remember what was on there at the time. I will tell you, when I went to Vegas, I did have an experience I didn't like, and that was from Wyndham timeshares or whatever it was. Yeah, I think it was Wyndham, and they scammed us so hard. I had to end up filing a complaint because they ask for your information before you go to the thing, and their timeshare presentation. But they don't tell you it's a timeshare presentation. And they probably don't because you wouldn't want to freaking go. Anyway, what they did was you give them enough information just to get in, and not knowing what it was, I wasn't alarm bells weren't going off or anything. And later on, about 2 weeks after the thing, both me and Miss Chip get a credit card in the mail we never signed up for. And like I said, I filed a complaint, and so did she, because that's dirty. I didn't ask for no credit card. I don't want no credit card. And when I called the credit card, I'm like, well, where do you have a record that I said I wanted it? And they're like, oh, well, you went to that thing? I'm like, no. Did I sign anywhere? Did I say I wanted it? They closed it without too much trouble, but I certainly didn't want it to begin with. And in my opinion, too, is if you need to do that kind of stuff to get people to sign up for a credit card, you're doing something wrong. Okay. You ever been to Vegas, Greg?
No, closest thing to Vegas is outside of Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah, I remember you said something about an
My my,
uncle being stationed
my,
at
un- my uncle at the time was stationed at Layton.
yeah, it's a good spot. I used to live there.
Uh, rem- the only thing I remember there was eating at a Red Robin
Yeah,
and go to the aquarium.
I've been to both the Red Robin in Layton and the aquarium. All right. Well, now that we're done with the this bag here, which well, here's a note first. It says the Notre Dame Cathedral is the first fully integrated the flying buttress that are hallmarks of Gothic architecture. Whatever that means, I have no idea what the flying buttress is. It just sounds like a flying butt. Um, oh, I didn't know this. It says that the Notre Dame Cathedral was built on the site of an existing cathedral. Oh, okay. All right. Well, next we've got bag 10, and it's going to be the base for the rest of this. So let me slide this out of the way so it doesn't get in our way. Move a couple of other things here. All right. I think this is moving along nicely. I hope you guys agree. Oh, there we go. So far, I really like this build. It is very tedious with the small parts, but overall, I think it's. I like these sort of sets. I don't mind that they don't come with a minifigure. That's just fine.
Yeah.
And honestly, I know they're small pieces, but you do get a lot of pieces. In fact, it's way less than the 10 cents per piece that I like to see. I'm not saying that they have to have it, but it is nice to see that because that's the old standard. And Lego prices have gone up, but if you've noticed, um, they've been inching their way a little bit down, so you get more parts per piece, or you get more pieces in a set for the price. And the newer Lego sets, it's like I said, it's slowly been coming down since the price increase. The only exception to that is some of the Star Wars sets, the Disney Premium. But seeing as they probably didn't have to get any licensing for this one, the price per piece is an excellent price point on this. Oh, shoot. In my haste to be zealous to get this done, I almost screwed up.
We're excited about the most, the excavator or or the the crane. In this,
It's the excavator, and it's not because I don't like the crane. It's because over the years, Lego has done probably about 6 or 7 different mobile cranes, and I have them all. But I'm actually looking at the excavator. It's right there on the ground. Um, and I'm excited to have a set that they haven't really. I don't remember them ever doing a city. They might have done like a Technic one, but I can't remember them doing a different excavator. So I'm excited about the excavator. How about you? Which one do you like better?
probably the excavator.
Are you planning on getting that one?
That not sure yet.
Okay, no, that's fair. In fact, I'm kind of worried that with this large purchase that I got to pick up from Vegas, I don't know that I'm going to have money for Lego for a while. I actually, and I can't reveal the name, sorry. But I actually found someone who wants to buy the majority of what I purchased that I'm picking up in Vegas. So if everything holds and it goes through, then I already have a buyer. And if that's the case, I will have money to buy more Lego because I'm selling it at a profit if they buy it. But I say if because, well, I don't have the money in my hands yet, and things can definitely fall apart very fast. So as soon as I get the money in my hand, well, then I'm sure I'll reveal more details about it.
I need the money for the Lamborghini.
Yeah, that one does look pretty cool, man. And I hope you are able to get it, man, because it's always fun. You know, it's like Christmas time when you get your Lego sets in the mail, and you know you're able to get the ones you wanted and stuff you're looking at.
And holding off on Bumblebee.
You're holding off on Bumblebee?
Yeah. For the meantime.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be out for a year and a half, 2 years. Give you time to be able to acquire the funds. All right. Well, I think I opened a few too many bags because the last build, it went very fast. In fact, it went so fast that I almost opened up more bags than when I originally opened. But this time it's the opposite. It's been going kind of a little slower, and I think it's because of smaller pieces. The next time that Spencer works, God, you know what? Dang it! I even asked him today because I wanted to be able to tell you guys in the stream, and I forgot what he said. Shoot. Well, that's not going to help. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. As soon as I'm done with the stream, I'll go look at my phone. It's over there charging, and I will post the next stream. I'll send you. Okay. All right, John. Appreciate that. So it looks like we're doing the same exact thing on this side. I finally finished the building ruse ramp. Oh, building ruse ramp. Okay, and that's for your for her getting on the bed, if I remember right. So don't kill me if I don't remember. My memory's Swiss cheese. Heck, I can't even remember what my son said when he's working. I just talked to him. Literally a few minutes before the stream.
Because it has holes in it?
It does. It's got a lot of holes in it.
Mm.
John says, yeah, I don't want her injuring her back because it's a call. Yeah, it is for a beagle. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, Enzo wouldn't have any problem with it, but I don't let Enzo on my bed. And I'm sure Mrs. Chip appreciates that. So, okay, so let's make, okay, yeah. Now it's time to hook the two parts up. Okay, so now you've got the total like footprint of what it's going to be. So,
Well,
go ahead.
you first.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't want to leave these parts out like this too long because the cats do like to climb up here, and they will knock the loose pieces onto the floor, and I will have a heck of a time finding them because this carpet is the same color as the dark tan. So I'm kind of playing with the idea of doing my next stream actually tomorrow morning. John says put them in a Ziploc bag. I could do that, or I could just do a stream tomorrow morning and get it over with. We'll see. I don't know. But I'll post it as soon as I know.
Too bad I have to work tomorrow.
That's right. I forgot about that. You do work Saturdays. All right, maybe I won't because I do like Greg being here. Maybe Sunday morning. Who knows? I don't know. Well, but I'll post my next one soon. And work has been going on in the shop, so there will be a shop update on Monday. Trying to remember what else is going on. I haven't been making any progress on the city because I've been doing those videos for my certification for my job. And those videos take up a lot of time, man. And I mean, look, I'm grateful that my boss is paying for the certification. So I don't want to act like I'm ungrateful, but I have to say, learning how to use a accounting software is extremely dry and boring material. No, not quite a CPA, John. She does want me to get my CPA, and so I will be working towards that. But as of right now, I'm not doing that. I'm just working on the certification for QuickBooks. So when you do the certification for QuickBooks, QuickBooks puts you on a list of trusted advisors, and what they do is they put it by your zip code. Well, she lives in the same state, Idaho, but she's like 6 hours from me. And we looked at the list, and there is nobody in my zip code that right now currently that is certified. And so if I get certified, I'll be the only one around this area that is certified. And so if anybody in this area looks for it, they're going to see my name and my name only, which of course will be healthy for business because they'll sign up and then, yeah, we'll be good. So that's part of the reason that she's willing to pay for the certification. And she kind of killed me today because when I was talking to my boss, she just randomly said, yeah, do something less stressful today. Because I can't tell you the client, sorry, but I can tell you that we do have a client that has bounced around different accounting firms over the last year. We're the third firm that they've had this year. In a year, I'm sorry, not this year, but in a year. And their sales tax and their local area tax thing is all messed up. The different firms didn't know how to do it, and they submitted it. So it's already been paid, but it was paid wrong. And now they hired us to clean it up. And I'm going to tell you, it is stressful enough to do it the first time. And then you have to, not only that, you got to figure out, you got to look at the old one they did wrong. And the state, they won't give you your money back just because you tell them. You have to like show them. So then I have to get in the head and mindset of the people that screwed it up the first time and figure it out. So I know it's very dry and boring. I get it, but just wanted to tell you guys it's gonna be fun. Okay. Wow, this is nuts. Doing this floor pattern. And I really am heavily considering getting my CPA, also because the amount of money. But I don't think I finished my story. I think I interrupted myself. So just randomly today, my boss said something to me that she didn't want me to quit. And I was like, I wasn't planning on it. So it was kind of a awkward conversation because I'm like, not really sure where you got that idea. I seriously wasn't planning on it. I mean, that's not to say I don't have days where I get frustrated with the job. Sure. I mean, you know, who doesn't? But to actually quit, no, I'm not there yet. But it does depend on the day. Okay. Well, I'm going to finish up this floor tiling, and then that will be it for the night. I'm going to stop after this bag. I think I've had enough. It's been fun. Oh, I didn't know you were back. Well, Mrs. Chip says she's off to bed. Well, sorry, Miss Chip. I've only got a few minutes left here, but I totally understand.
Sleep tight. Don't let the chip bugs bite.
All right.
What's for dinner tonight?
I don't know. I haven't eaten yet. Sweet dreams, Miss Chip Chip. All right.
Probably some Subway.
You know, I'm kind of thinking that might be the case because it's just too late and it's hot already, and I don't know about you, but I don't feel like cooking when it's hot. It just makes the kitchen and the house hotter, so I'd rather not. But I don't know. It all depends. I mean, you know, I don't really know. I think I need to save money because let me tell you something. Buying all the Legos I'm gonna pick up from Vegas, that's a whole lot of money. All right. Man, this is very tedious. Okay, I gotta look at the book a little closer.
Did you do it? Did you do a review of the Artemis launch system yet?
I did not, and I don't think I'm going to. It's I think I would like to do a review. It's just honestly I don't know when I would have the time to do it. Okay, last little bit here. Okay, so here we go. This is bags 1 through 11. We've got I think this is the east end of it, if I remember right. The east end of the cathedral done, but this is the whole entire footprint of it. And of course, the bell tower will go here, the famous bell tower. And I'm thinking Sunday morning will be the next one, if not Monday night. So we'll see. But thanks for joining me, guys. Hit the like button. And John says, did you guys catch the Starship launch? If you didn't, you should watch. Freaking amazing. Yeah, I'll look it up on YouTube. I'd be happy to. But thanks for joining me. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Thanks, Greg. Have a good one.
Bye.